And indeed, welcome to another edition of the Chicago Tony V Show. Welcome to a Friday edition, kind of unplanned. I was supposed to be in Chicago with Mama V, helping her recuperate today. We'll get into that. Anyway, today is Friday, June 10th, 2022. Good morning, one and all. Hello, hello, welcome. Let me use the cough button. I feel like quite a pro when I use the cough button, you know. Fancy. Anyway, as you guys know, I didn't plan to be here today. Yesterday, let's see, today's Friday. Yesterday morning was to be Mama V's surgery on her hip, her redo. And she came down with an infection, which put the kibosh, which tells me I really think her surgeon, let's face it, is a bit of a weenie. I mean, the fact that she came down with a bladder infection seemed to scare this guy. Don't you have I don't know, what do you do for infections? Antibiotics? Can't you spray some Windex on it as you slice her open? I don't know. It's not my area of expertise, so I guess maybe I should just leave it to the pros. But it was a bit of a false start heading up to Chi-Town on Wednesday. Then the wheels came off, and I decided I got to get back down to, get some other stuff done. So her surgery is rescheduled for the future. There went my beautiful pepperoni breakfast or lunch or dinner or drinks or whatever the hell it was going to be, right down the shitter. Really bummed. Let's talk about the gold medal podium finish. It's the one, the only, the Team Penske of the pepperonis, the beautiful inside and out. Georgie girl, good gold medal podium finish. Let's see who else we got. Amber Glow, our dear Amber Glow, is in the silver medal position. Very nicely done. And Lady Letter Carrier is in the bronze medal position. Very nice. Good morning to all you beautiful pepperonis. Speaking of beautiful pepperonis, they're almost on the podium. The elusive RoboKitty. Good morning, RoboCat. How's your back doing, dear? Are you back to work yet? Let's see. Baggy Bags is in the house. Good morning, Baggy Bags. Hello, one and all. Good morning. Good to see everybody. Let's see. Georgie is just making sure I'm clear. You do not operate on someone with an infection unless it's a medical emergency, Tony. Okay, good to know. See, I guess they knew what they were doing. To me, it sounded like, what's the big deal? But, I know they're professionals. So I do feel bad for Mama V. I'm bad with directions, RoboKitty. She says, don't you mean up, Tony? Sheboygan is north of Chicago. This is true, which you know very well now that you've been in Studio B. Really the only pepperonis who have achieved that. So thank you for the correction, dear. Very nicely done. Lady, that's what landed you in the medical hooscow, huh? Antibiotic-resistant E. coli. Goo. That sounds horrible. Horrible. Oh. I wondered who was going to notice. Georgie noticed. Oh, hold on. Let me put her comment up here. She noticed the new Yeti mug. Yes. Boom. All right. I'll tell you the story. Now, I took my... Robo might remember this. It depends on just how into me she is. So let's say medium. I brought my Black Yeti mug to the race. It was in the Bambulance. Now, if you'll recall, the Bambulance didn't make it home from the race. And so a lot of our supplies were left in the Bambulance. And then I finally got the Bambulance back the other day. And I was cleaning it out and all that stuff, and I didn't, I still didn't find my Black Yeti mug. Now, let's face it, it's probably in there. It's not like some mechanic, from Burt Catorney Ford who does all my work. It's not like some mechanic saw the Black Yeti mug and did the old 5-finger discount, right? Now I wonder, this is fascinating. Georgie says it is alarmingly white. I need to put stickers all over that thing. Now do you mean when I hold it up to the camera, does it just throw everything off? Is that what you mean? Let me see. Oh, see how it like dark? Let me get it off camera. It actually changes almost, it makes this place look darker, doesn't it? It's changing the camera settings. There's a thing in video production apparently, like called white balancing, I think they call it. And now here's a maybe. Robo took it as a souvenir. That is an interesting idea. But I don't think so. I did send Robo away with a couple of souvenirs. And let's see, her ticket and lanyard, right, for the race. That's legendary. And she also took my heart back with her. Anyway, Tank's in the house. Good morning, Tank. How's it going, buddy? That makes me want to look up. Did you post music homework this morning? Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Tank's music homework, everybody. Let's see. Today is the... Oh, yeah. Classic 4? Classic IV. I don't even know what the hell this band... I've never heard of this. Anyway, Spooky. That's interesting. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Oh, yeah, I know that tune. Of course I do. Oh, yeah, I know that tune. Very good. Very good. All right. Good to know. Isn't that fancy how I could do that on the fly? I didn't even know I could do that. My brain put it all together. Oh, it then takes us play it now. That's hilarious. Tank and I are in the same wavelength. That's very scary. Very scary indeed. Tank is one of a kind. Oh. Anyway, no, I highly doubt. I mean, Robo is, of course, free to have my Black Yeti. I highly doubt she'd do that for several reasons. One of which, that's just more shit to carry on the plane and everything. That would be a pain in the butt. Anyway, what the hell was I even talking about? I don't know. It's weird being on a show when I didn't really plan to be on a show, you know? It's kind of weird. Past couple days have been weird. When a monkey wrench just came into the plan. So whatever, we'll deal with it. It's not my first rodeo, right, people? Anyway, what I thought I would do now, since I missed Thursday and since I was behind anyway, I feel so horrible about Georgie's prize. It is. I'm not even going to tell you guys what's holding it up because it's too embarrassing. But anyway, it's all sitting in my kitchen right now. I'm going to get it done today. I've been oddly specific about Georgie's prize. I feel horrible. I'm a loser for sure. Loser. But I hope it's going to be well worth it. Well worth it. All right, listen. Anyway, as I was saying, I am behind. Thank you, Georgie. This makes me feel good. She says I love you regardless. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, I'm actually excited just to get a space of my kitchen table back. It's had Georgie's prize gathering for a long time. But now it's complete. I got to put it together and get it going. I'm going to do it today. What the hell was I saying? I think I was saying I'm way behind on mailbag anyway. Let's dig into the mailbag. Let's see if is there a chance Vince has done anything with camera 2. Let me see if it'll come on. Negative. Camera 2's dead. I'm just going to read it off the thing. Oh, thank you, Amber. 3 nice things about myself now. Okay, yeah, 3 nice things about my eyes. That's 2 nice things. And my smile. Thank you, dear. That's a very positive way. That's a good technique. Hopefully I'm going to remember that next time when I'm out and about just by myself, feeling a little down on myself. Hopefully I can remember that technique, Amber. Anyway, I was at the sporting goods store. Was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday. Picking up a hot camp shower. Now I can do hot showers at my campsite or at my whatever, my deep woods hiding place. Tank says, I'm the best loser. My alcohol tolerance is tremendous. I never need an alarm clock. That's good. You know, we all have our gifts, for sure. Anyway, I was buying this hot shower, which is I'm super excited about it. It's very nice. And lo and behold, there at the checkout, they had a bunch of Yeti mugs. And it's like, I love the color white these days. I will, when I can help it, I only drive white cars. That's my thing. And I couldn't help myself. I bought a white Yeti mug. Very frivolous. Anyway, are you guys, I assume you're not going to complain about maybe getting into some mailbag early. I'm sure, I would think my backup here, my backlog, should I say, would probably, I don't know, carry us through the whole show. 7:12. Let's see. Here we go. Dear Tony, oh, geez, excuse me. What is this, carbonated coffee? Dear Tony, I want to get ahead in life and be rich one day, but I honestly don't have hardly any extra money to put towards anything. And if I did, I wouldn't know where to begin. I'm a high school English teacher at a Catholic school with a meager salary. No plans of changing careers, though, as I absolutely love my job. Is it even possible to get ahead in my situation? Have you ever come across a person who was a very low earner, yet achieved solid financial independence? Thank you for taking my question. This is from Don D. Double D. Double D. Well, bless your heart for where's my live stream? There it is. Bless your heart for being a Catholic high school English teacher. I didn't know this as a kid going through Catholic school, but you know, now in hindsight, I've heard for some reason, even though they say Catholic education is quite good, apparently they pay their teachers squat. I don't know why that is. I will say, in my Catholic upbringing, the teachers seem very, very committed. Of course, some of them were nuns and monks and stuff like that, so I guess they are committed. What else are they going to do? But then other people were, what do you call, lay people? And those were very dedicated, committed people too. But I understand they get paid very little. But really, to Dandy Don Double D's question, is it possible? Of course it's possible. Now, Don didn't say how old he is, did he? Let me see Don's letter. I don't think you said how old you are. Now that matters, you know. But for sure, obviously, yes, the answer is yes. Now the good thing is you wish for this to happen. Okay, so that's good. People don't generally accidentally get wealthy, has been my experience. Tank says start gambling. I'm actually going to disagree with Tank on this one. Lady has an interesting idea. Write a bestseller. Very good. Become a prostitute. I don't know how male prostitutes do. Maybe. Cheese fry scam. I care about Don's soul, Georgie. I cannot divulge the cheese fry scam. Can't do it. Good morning, PK. How are you doing, buddy? Anyway, let's get to Don's question in all seriousness. Now, here's a good one. Look at this comment. I'm actually all on board. Tank says, buy a hot dog cart and hit the park. Tremendous idea. Here's the thing with teachers, right? They have their summers off. Okay. So yes, doing something entrepreneurial over the summer, I think that's a tremendous idea. The other thing is, I mean, I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. I'll say this even of a homeless person. You can live beneath your means, right? Even a homeless person, this sounds crass, even a homeless person can set aside a couple of shekels that they've gotten from begging on the street corner, right? You can set it aside, and that's a little bit of capital, right? Everyone can do it. This is within anyone's reach. I don't care how little you make. Okay, so that's the first thing. And Don asked, have I known anyone? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Actually, now he's passed away, but I used to know a grade school teacher. Check it out. He was trying to teach his students. He was trying to get across the point to his students that that in the land of plenty, right, the good old US of A, that there's so much excess, you can have something of value for almost nothing. He spent 1 year trying to get this was like he used to theme his years, and this was kind of a theme. Like there's all this waste in America, and actually it's like there's diamonds laying on the ground, you know. And so what he did to try and drive this home to his students, this is fascinating. He ended up with a really nice piece of farmland, like in upstate New York. The guy got it for next to nothing. It had been just sort of it had been abandoned, sort of thing, and he got this, and little grade school teacher, he turned this into a garlic farm. He would just chip away at it, improve the land, work it over the summers. Then after this, and it was actually it's now like a foundation. He passed away several years ago. Like this, now this beautiful farm that exists. He did that just because he just used his brain a little bit, and it was a freaking school project. And let's see what PK says. Oh, PK says, male prostitutes don't do well. I started my early days as a wowzers. Okay, thank you, PK, for now the rest of us fellas don't have to do that experiment. Yes, PK. That was your outside voice, PK. That's hilarious. Holy cow. Anyway, holy cow. Okay, good to know. Interesting. Have I answered Don's question now? I've known more people. There was a person, now I didn't know this lady personally, but there was an article about her in the paper. This is 10, 15 years ago. This is another lady that passed away. What was her lot in life? She worked at a laundromat. She was the fill the soap lady and, mop the floors and just keep the place. And she was this little old lady that, had this menial little job. And when she passed away, they found out she had amassed a fortune. She was worth over $1 million. This would have been in the I think the 90s. That was a lot of money back in the 90s. And she just did it bit by bit. So people can do it. But here's the thing for Dandy Don, okay? Again, another thing too is, okay, if you don't have money to invest, you can still invest, okay? Library card. All right? It costs nothing, right? Or what is it? I don't know, $5. That is tremendous wealth if you can sit and read. By the way, my garlic farmer teacher friend, when he retired, oddly enough, he took 10 years. He incessantly read books, 10 history books and stuff. He took his first 10 years of retirement, and that's what he did. And the guy was legendary at parties. He was the best conversationalist I've ever known. And it's because he invested anyway. You know, buy a library card. Make friends. Who you know is a certain type of wealth too. And also, if you have a little extra, just buy the little tenth ounces of gold every month. Over time, you'll do very, very well, I promise. All right, Dandy Don? Okay, next letter. Hey, Chicago Tony, why is it a rule to never put ketchup on a hot dog? Hey, speaking of hot dog carts, hey, Tank, I honestly don't get it. I'm going to Chicago in July, and I was warned not to ask for a hot dog with ketchup. What's the deal? From Chris A. Well, I mean, yes, this is absolutely a thing in Chicago. To be honest, I don't get it either. Every time I have a hot dog, which I had a couple of hot dogs just the other day. Did I have ketchup on them? Yes, I did. Now, I'm a contrarian. All right, so maybe it's just in my makeup to it's in my makeup to just go against the grain, right? So I grew up in Chicago, and I always ordered ketchup on my hot dogs, and I don't give a shit if the hot dog vendor looks at me funny. Now, every once in a while, they won't even carry ketchup. That's how you know they're super hardcore. So, Tank says, because if you do order ketchup, you're the devil. It doesn't belong there. If you do, you don't belong here. Go back where you came from. See, like I said, I'm a contrarian. Danny told you to turn off the show? Good Lord. What have I done? What have I done to deserve this? Lady says, ketchup just disguises the flavor of the tube steak. That's interesting. Oh, Robo says she won't eat a hot dog without ketchup. Wow. All right, see? Maybe I'll take Robo to a hot dog stand someday. Isn't this fascinating how many nerves this hit? Tank says I don't even have ketchup in my house. Holy cow. What do you put on a French fry, Tank? Mustard is flavor, ketchup is sugar. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Miss Zebra Cake over there, all right? Captain Crunch mouth. Sugar's not bad. Anyway, you put salt on your fries. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know, it's a thing. Robo loves the ketchup. That's very nice. I got hungry when I smell it. Where is this that they discriminate against ketchup lovers? Chicago. Yes, it's a known Chicago thing, for sure. My whole childhood was filled with disdain every time I ordered ketchup on a hot dog. Move into safer topics like the January 6th hearings. Holy Christ, that's funny. Good one, Danny. Barbecue sauce on French fries. Hey, Burger Time says, I honestly can't stand the taste of ketchup. You know, fair enough. Fair enough. What about tomato sauce? You guys like tomato sauce? Malt vinegar is very good on fries. I will agree with Georgie. Look at all this interaction on a freaking question about ketchup. It's so fascinating. Anyway, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that ketchup is some sort of gourmet food. I'm not at all. It's obviously Frankenfood horse shit, just like everything else. But I'm just saying. Okay, next letter. Dear Tony, on the topic of precious metals, how do you know what and when to buy? Does it matter? Is there any rhyme or reason to how you stock up on gold or silver, or is it just a matter of accumulating as much as you can? This is from Tom from Asheville, North Carolina. Okay. Let's see. I kind of think about this in a couple of ways. There's like stages. There's levels. There's levels of accumulators of precious metals. Okay, so let's start with the very beginning. If you have absolutely nothing socked away, then I would say, I would kind of say it doesn't matter. Don't worry about should I buy gold or silver or whatever. I would kind of say, kind of just get going and get your hands on whatever you can. Now, for most people, because silver is so much cheaper. Hey, what do you know? I have some laying around. Boom. Bada bing. Focus. It never focuses, does it? Anyway, because it's much cheaper, that's easier for people to start, and it's a fine place to start. So go for it. Silver's, right now it's about $22 an ounce. Now it'll cost you whatever, almost $30 to actually get your hands on it. Gold is 18 and change, 1,800 and change. So it's anyway. So there's that basic level of if you have nothing, just go ahead, get started. Now once you have some sort of base layer where if the world went to shit, if the dollar collapsed, you would still have something. You'd still have, real money to do something with, to trade with. Then you can start to worry, in my opinion, about the timing of one over the other. And something that I kind of look at is they call the gold to silver ratio. How many silver ounces does it take to buy 1 ounce of gold? Georgie says, I think silver was down at 15 or 16 bucks when I started collecting. Isn't that lovely? I mean, you ain't seen nothing yet. I think it's going way higher. Way higher. Let's see. Baggy Bag says, I don't believe anyone can anticipate what societal breakdown will look like. In my opinion, it isn't a given. A highly desperate society would value precious metals above other things such as food. Absolutely fair enough. I think what we're trying to do, Baggy, is all you can ever do is try and ascertain probabilities, right? So now I would agree, if people are starving, then it seems like food is going to be the new gold, right? But if we look to past monetary collapses, I think pretty much every last one, gold especially was always held its value. So when currency collapses, people with gold could still buy stuff. Like everyone's heard of the Weimar Republic, hyperinflation. That was the old wheelbarrows full of cash to go buy a loaf of bread. Apparently, after or in the heart of that crash, 3 ounces of gold, 3 ounces, would buy a very nice downtown apartment, like a swanky apartment in the Weimar Republic. So anyway, yeah, I agree with Georgia. You're hedging your bets, right? So anyway, getting back to this, like, how do you ever when and what do you buy and all that stuff. There's a gold to silver ratio. I think historically the historical average is over all of history. Generally, it took about 15 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold. Right now, the ratio is something like 83 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold. Well, what is that? So, in other words, it's very, well, what that tells me is the price of silver right now is very, very cheap. It's very, very cheap. I like to buy things, cheap and sell them when they're expensive. So, I have lately really loaded up on silver. Kind of sucks because it's heavy as hell. But what are you going to do? And so I think it's an absolute no-brainer that silver is going to go back to whatever, let's say 40 to 1 easy, which means it's going to double. But I think it's going even further than that. We have this very interesting convergence of happenings, right? It's not only is that gold to silver ratio way out of whack, but now we have this, we're in a serious economic downturn, it appears. The metals typically do better in those situations. And now we have supply issues. And so it's kind of like the perfect storm. I honestly believe this might be the best time in history to own, especially silver. I'm kind of excited. Anyway, I hope that helps Tom from Asheville, North Carolina. Now go out and buy some silver, Tommy. It's easy. All right. Hey, Big Diesel. I read there was a farmer who recently won a lawsuit to get a 5G tower near his farm taken down on account of almost half his herd of cattle had died after the tower went live. I know you would want to know this. Hilarious. This is from Don S. Well, not hilarious. I mean, that's terrifying if that's true. If 5G is killing cattle, what is it doing to us? I don't know. I appreciate people thinking of me and sending me these types of letters, but also it's going to play into my paranoia. This is maybe not good for my mental state to hear things like this. I'm just saying. I have a farmer buddy who is also way against the 5G. Now, what he claims he sees happening after they put all the towers in his area is he feels like the trees are dying. That's what he says. I haven't heard anything about cows. Which reminds me, I'm going to be a cow owner here pretty soon. Round what up, Georgie? The cows or the 5G towers? And push them off the edge of the flat earth. I swear to God. Now, please, for the record, all right? I'm not a believer in the flat earth thing. But I am really shocked at how many of my friends are really coming around to this flat earth thing. Who knows, lady? Lady says, so it's frying our brains. Who knows? I don't know. But I mean, the cows didn't do well with it. So, and apparently my buddy says it's messing with the trees in his area. I don't know. Who knows? Really, it doesn't matter because 5G is going to be here for only a little while until we have 6G. It's going to be awesome. The more G's, the better. All right. Let's see. Okay. Oh, this one's smaller print. Why can't I read this? Dear Tony, my dad is 66 and was lucky enough to retire last year. We recently found out that he's been very close with an online pen pal, a beautiful lady who he met through an online dating site. She supposedly lives in Thailand and is 27 years old. He showed me pictures of her and she is stunningly beautiful. He is planning a visit to Thailand later this fall. To me, this smacks of a scam. I love my dad and he's a great guy, but why on earth would some Asian hottie be interested in him? Gee, I wonder why. I think the answer is obvious. Yes, it is. Dad has never even been outside the U.S. save for a quick trip to Canada. I'm incredibly worried about him and what will happen if he goes through with his quest. I've tried to reason with him, but I can tell he is smitten. It's like he's in a trance. What would you do? This is from Jan L. from Skokie, Illinois. Skokie. Okay. Yeah, this is sounds like not a good situation. Not a good situation. You can see this coming from a mile away, right? Not good. I mean, so yes, let's see. Georgie says this is a scammer. I mean, it's got to be, right? Is there any question? Greenbacks and green card, right? So I think here's a weird thought. I don't know this to be true at all, but I'll bet you. I'll bet you. If you Googled a little bit, if you looked around, there's got to be support groups. I'm not kidding. There's got to be support groups for families of fellas who have fallen for this type of shit. It has to be common. Here's the thing. Now, I'm I'm 51, soon to be 52. So I'm nowhere near where your dad is. 66, you said? 60? Yes, 66. And I can already say it's being single and getting older, it can be very traumatic because I think the way generally most fellas' brains are wired, right, is like we want to be providers, we want to like take care of a family, we want someone depending on us, that sort of thing. We want to have a reason. And there's something about a beautiful woman that it summons all those all those hopes and dreams for a guy, right? I can totally understand the desire to or the susceptibility, let's say, of falling for a beautiful woman who now Thailand is economically destitute compared to America. So your dad is a rich guy, right? To a Thailander, to a beautiful Thailand lady. I totally get why this happens. One Night in Bangkok is Tank's bonus music. I love that tune, actually. Murray Head. I never would have remembered who that is. Is that the 80s version? Or was that was a remake, wasn't it? Whatever they call it, a redo. Lady, I think, is on to the answer. Go with him. That is, I totally agree, lady. That's the answer in this situation. Go with him. That's what you got to do. Because this is for his own protection. Now, I'm not saying you have to be in the room when all his dreams come true. That's just gross. But I'm saying be there to make sure he doesn't get shanghaied. They're gonna. Who says this? Tank says they're gonna harvest his organs. There's only one organ that he would like harvested, and the rest he would like to keep for himself. I'm just positive of this. Have the Thailander come to America. Now that's an idea too. That's interesting. That would be way safer. Way safer. Now, if he goes to Thailand, he can definitely wine and dine her, I'm sure. If she comes to America, he still might just, be bringing her to Arby's and whatever, which, who knows, maybe that's a step up for her. We just don't know. Probably not. Anyway, yeah, that's a tough one. I like the idea of just stay involved. Because we know where this is going to end up, right? It's not going to be good. He's going to be way lighter in the wallet. And let's face it, we live at a time now where that is already the case. That's where everything is headed. We're all going to be poorer. And so this is the last thing he needs, is to be scammed by some beautiful baby halfway across the world. Oh, that's a great point. So Tank is saying, invite her to come to America. That way, when she starts making excuses, he can see she's full of shit. Nailed it. I think you're absolutely right, Tank. Very, very well done. That's going to prove. Yep. That's going to show him that, yeah, you're absolutely right. All right. This question actually depresses me. I would like to move on to another question. Let's see. Hey, Tony. Summer is a time I always look forward to, yet it is often a time I end up dreading. You know why? My kids pick up a summer phrase and repeat it endlessly. The phrase is, I'm bored. Already a couple of weeks into summer, and I'm going nuts from this phrase. When they tell me they are bored, I take it personally. I don't know why, but I do. Do most parents deal with this, or is there something I'm doing wrong? This is from Kelly S. I mean, I'm just another bozo on the bus. I know, looking back at my childhood, my brothers and I would say that to my mom all the time. I'm bored. What can I do? So I've got to believe this is very, very common. Very common. Tank is right on it. And Georgie, go outside and play. That way you don't hear it. Yeah, this is the answer. And from what I can tell, parents don't do this because I just don't see kids outside of my neighborhood, and my neighborhood is full of kids. It just is. So I don't know what's going on, but I think all the parents are just handing them the Xbox or whatever. Go down in the basement. Get out of my face. Every time they're bored, make them clean the garage gutters. I like that, Tank. That'll teach them. Give them a lawnmower. Right. See, this is very common. Very, very common. And the correct answer is to really crack the whip a little bit. That'll teach them to stop telling you they're bored, and they'll think to themselves, well, I am bored, but I better not tell mom and dad because Lord knows what. So then the kid will have to then create their own fun. Problem solved. Go ride your bikes. Oh my God, that's the way we did it, right, lady? Every time they say they're bored, find something in the house that needs to be cleaned up. Absolutely. Send them to Thailand. Yes. But no, this is not your problem. It's not something it's part of being a kid. Kids are going to be bored. All right, 7:45. Okay, dear Tony, I don't know how closely you follow the markets, charts, etc., but in the hopes that you do, what do you think the new CPI number will be? I figure it's going to be massive, This is from John from Emporia, Kansas. Okay, so I'm not a financial analyst. I'm not a trader. I'm just another bozo on the bus. I I don't I certainly don't follow markets closely enough to for anyone to listen to a word I say, okay? Now, what does CPI stand for? A consumer price index, right? Consumer price index. Um that's actually coming out today, isn't it? Can someone look that up? It's supposed to come out soon. It's at so this is the rate of inflation at essentially, but they they leave out some things that are super important, like what do they leave out? Is it like fuel or something? They leave out stuff that everyone spends money on, but they leave it out of. Anyway, the government says right now we have it's just over 8% inflation. I look like a pastor today. The hell is that all about? A pastor from where? Oh, I guess oh yeah, black with a little white showing. It's reminiscent of like the Catholic, like a priest collar. I'll be dipped. I just don't know a lot of pastors with cowboy hats or priests. Yeah. Okay, now I get it. That's interesting. That threw me. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna switch from drinking coffee to water for a second. Now this is interesting. Tank says, "I'm convinced these people write financial questions just to hear you say bozo on the bus." Do I say that every time I have a financial question? I try to make. I don't want to lead someone astray, and actually, like, no one should be taking my advice, really, on anything, but especially financial stuff. So it's just my opinion. But anyway, the thing to me with the CPI. Okay, all right. Let's think about this for a second. What is the sense in even listening, waiting around for the government to tell you how much inflation there is? All the professionals, all the financial people seem to know. It's almost like just very, very well understood that uh, that the number they put out is not true. It's way higher than 8%. I must have patterns, right? I just keep going back to the same thing, rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. Oh my god. Anyway, I mean, use your brain here for a second. All right, is gas up 8% or 8.3 or whatever they told us last time the CPI is? I don't think so. It's freaking it was 5.27 yesterday for a regular thing of gas. You mean to it's ridiculous. Diesel is over 6 now. Over $6 a gallon to pump into my Bambalance, my getaway vehicle. It's a scandal. So it's not even a real number. So anyway, it's $5.99 there. Right? Wait, regular gas is $5.99 in Chi-Town? I mean, so does that feel like 8.3% increase to you compared to last year? No. Is food 8.3% higher? No. Yeah, Robo says inflation is way higher than 8%. So yeah, who cares what the CPI number is? And these are the people that caused the inflation in the first place. We're gonna let them cause it and then wait around for them to tell us how much inflation there is? It's madness. Yeah, I love how they put the 9/10 at the last. You know, it's like it's bad enough. Just round off to the nearest penny, would you? Don't give me this 9/10 shit. Robo thinks it's more like 15%. Yeah. Hell, lately it feels. I mean, if again, when you look at the price of gas and the price of food, I would, I would argue even higher than 15. Anyway, so yeah, I would say who cares what the government said? Although it's going to be of interest to hear what they say, just because whatever they say, we know it's going to be a lie. So I think that's today. It's coming out. Okay, next letter, 750. Dear Tony, do you think Donald Trump really won the 2020 election? Cadence from Kansas City. Um, well, let's see. Let's see who I can piss off today. Okay. Yes, yes, I do. I mean, and so how, why do I? First of all, I don't. I didn't. I was not interested. Georgia, I'm going to answer the question. I'm not interested. I'm not. I wasn't interested in who was going to win. And now, in hindsight, I think it might have been better if Orange Man won. Uh, but just using my powers of observation, and I'm not even saying they're correct, but this is just what my brain tells me. I remember you could see all the rallies and stuff for Trump, and then you could see the rallies for Biden, and just by going on the visuals, just by the visuals, it just seems like there's no way. For God's sakes, Georgie, is that really warranted? I should have listened to Danny and turned off the show. Robo says, none of us know the answer to that. You don't have enough information to solve the equation. Totally agree. Yeah. So anyway, I guess I'll just say, yeah, it seemed a little fishy to me, but water under the bridge. So let's all move on, people, right? Okay, next question. 752. Oh, this is a big one. Big Diesel, I need some wisdom that only you can provide. Here's my situation. I am a very good provider for my family, and my wife and kids want for nothing. They have everything they need and more. Out of nowhere, my wife wants to start a business. I'm nearly positive this is because she is bored, and also because one of her friends started a business. Please trust me when I say that she is not cut out in any way to run a business. She can't balance our own checkbook. She can't even come close to sticking to a budget. And she doesn't do well with responsibility. Don't get me wrong, I love her very much, and I think she is a tremendous person. She just in no way resembles a business person. Should I bite the bullet and support her venture, even though I am nearly certain that it will fail? Her plan is for me to just write a whopping check to get her started. Thanks for any advice. This is from Albert W. Right. Oh, here's interesting. Georgie says ask her for her business plan. That'll probably stop her right in her tracks. That'll probably be the end of it. It sounds like if he's really correct that she's not cut out for it, which I'm sure he is correct. Have her go outside and clean the garage and gutters. It works for bored kids. It works for bored wives as well, apparently. That was a good one. Multi-level marketing. Are you insinuating that maybe that's what she's trying to get into? Or are you saying have her do that? Now, this is true. If it fails, it's a tax write-off. All right, let's think that through. Because this is one of my pet peeves, right? This is one of my pet peeves. Because I hear this all the time. Let's go through the math. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Bozo. Just another bozo on the bus throwing deck chairs off the Titanic. Let's go through the math. Let's say he invests 100 grand in this business that fails. So the argument is that's $100,000 write-off, right? Which means he shows that he earned $100,000 less than when he submits his taxes, right? Okay, let's go through the math. Now, he's down $100,000. Okay. Now in scenario B, where he says, no, I'm not writing you a check. Go clean the gutters. All right, let's do that math. So now he retains $100,000, let's say, of income that year. And then it's tax time, and that's taxed as income. Let's say he's in a 50% tax bracket. Now he has $50,000, okay, because he only had to give half to the government. That's why I hate that argument. It's a tax write-off. You still have less money at the end. Now, presume when people, now he can't. It works a lot of times. Like my car, right? I don't own my car, right? My business owns my car, and that's a write-off. Bada bing, right? That's good because I was going to have a car anyway. I love my car, but if I'm throwing the $100,000 right down a rat hole, then I would rather pay half of it in taxes and keep the rest of the money. I agree with Amber. It sounds like what it is. Her friend is doing it, so she wants to do it. This is a silly thing. I want to say loud and clear to this fella. Let's see what his name is again. Albert. I actually command you to tell your wife no. It's a social media entrepreneurship. Anyway, no, don't let her do it. This is a silly thing. I mean, it's one thing to say, you got to fund your, it's okay to fund your spouse's whatever desires and stuff, but if you know it's a loser, and it sounds like he knows, just don't do it. Just don't do it. I actually used to know a guy who was in this exact same situation. He did very well. He was in sold medical devices, made a ton of money, and his wife got bored, and she started up a dumbass business and burned through a ton of cash. It's just a shame. Anyway, I think the richer you get, the bigger problems you can have, right? That's the way it is. Holy cow, 758. Let's see. Let's get to another letter here. Let me squeeze one in. Dear Tony, have you seen some of the horrific videos coming out of China? I'm referring to absolutely terrifying images of people being locked in their apartments. They can't even go outside to take a walk. Could you imagine such totalitarianism ever arriving to our American shores? I'm hoping that our Constitution makes this type of brutality impossible. In the meantime, I'm praying for all those poor Chinese people. This is from Lindy M. Yes, I have seen those types of videos. Yes, they are terrifying. I'm almost to the point now where it almost seems fishy, goofy. I don't know what to make of it. I certainly don't want anyone to suffer under an oppressive government. Anyone. I don't care where they are. I think that sucks. Could it happen here? Of course it could. Hope it doesn't. Could our Constitution makes this impossible? I wish that were true. Now, if people follow the Constitution, I think that would be true. But there's always a danger. This is why we need to keep vigilant. Buddy, you're a little late on the China thing. Oh my gosh. But better late than never. Yeah, I agree. All right. Listen, okay. I'm going to have to go. I'm going to now squeeze in one more, but this is going to be the last one, all right? Let's get her done. Oh, shit, a big one. Hey, Big T, I have this friend who is a girl, but she is not my girlfriend. We are just good friends. In fact, we have a great time together. We talk on the phone all the time, text each other, and hang out together from time to time. To be honest, I would like to be more than just friends. I let her know that I'm interested in being more than friends, and she did not respond well. She says that she just isn't ready for a relationship because she has had too many breakups in the past. I think we would be really good together. Should I hang in there and hope that she turns around? Should I try again to press the issue? I don't necessarily want to lose our friendship, but I also don't want to be going crazy in my head because I want to be with her. Can you give me any advice? This is from Jason S. Okay. Yeah, my advice is to move on. She's not interested. Robo is correct. She's not interested. So you got to, Georgie says, do not press the issue. She's already given you her answer. She said no, let it go. I agree with Georgie. And so that's the facts, right? You can't be, it just doesn't pay to be in a one-way thing, all right? That's no fun. And so just don't go there. Just don't go there. You know, it's like if you were buying a puppy, okay? If you're buying a puppy, right? Dog people, they want their dogs to love them, right? That's part of the bargain. You don't go to the pet store and the one puppy that treats you like an asshole, you don't pick that one. Oh, but but it has such pretty fur or whatever the hell. I don't know. I agree with the pepperonis here. You just got to walk away. If you can't, here's a good comment. Georgie says, if you can't accept just friendship, walk away and do not be an asshole. Yeah, totally agree. Lady says it might happen in the future. Maybe. Let's not hold our breath, lady. I think this fella should walk away. Well, I mean, remain friends. It sounds like you're good friends. You just got to get to the mental space where you understand that's all it's going to be, okay? Good enough. And just deal with it that way. Okay, listen. I thank you for a partial week. Sorry, it's chopped up, of course. This was a rough week. I love you guys. I like you guys. Thank you for spending some time with me this week. As always, it's been a pleasure. Please, everybody, have a tremendous weekend. I hope I didn't offend anyone today. And I love you guys. I like you guys. Until we meet again on Monday, don't take any shit from anybody, okay? All right. Love you. See you next time.